Well, I want to examine this market here. Um, I wrote a template that puts in a 100 pip handle at the big round, and then it puts in the 2 pip handles. So if you're a scalper, this is the I call it the 2 100, and I fixed the scale in here so I could drag the chart around. But using hindsight bias, which I think a lot of people have the ability to do, if you look back on this chart, you can see that if you would have got in on the 4-hour chart here, that your risk window is just only a little bit. Like, if I come right here, see if I can zoom in on this. Okay, so this is just 2 pips. Now this 4-hour chart. I mean, you're talking about the broker's going to give you about maybe 3 pips on the British pound. So if you sold here, say, this would be at least, okay, this would be, if you nailed it right there, or you had a pending order here, I can't tell you the exact number, but just imagine this is 2 pips, so this is 20 cents on a, this is literally a 20-cent risk. And so it's 20 cents out of your pocket plus the spread. I'm sorry, but you're going to pay the spread in and out. Like if you nailed this thing, right now the spread's 9. It's a brutal 9 because the broker's closed. This is a retail broker, but this is a micro account, so you're in itty-bitty positions here. Now this 4-hour chart, here's a top becomes a bottom on the 4-hour chart, and this is about 2468, 246. This is 6 pips, right? Now a 10 pip stop would look like 5 of these guys, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's what that looks like. Now, what I can't understand is why wouldn't you just sell here? And you got to stop, say, here, which is about 10 pips. But you also sell here. If you sold here, anywhere in here, anywhere in there, but not everything has the same stop. So you're going to have to lay in a bank. So right now, like the current trade plan would be, let's come down here and let's look at the tops of these wicks. Is a possible support area, right? Well, it seems to nail this close. It nails this close. So this is a 2 pip window. Now, if you get a doji inside of a 2 pip window, I don't have my candles set for that, but imagine this is a doji here. I don't think it's too hard to get your brain around this. This is a frickin' doji, people. Okay, and that's about the real body of that doji is about 3 pips. And that's a 4-hour British pound. So, in top bottom theory, which is the only way I can see of even making oodles of money, is to now this this is a situation where you want to come in with orders, that's going to be a complex array because say you want to sell here, right? You want to sell right on that thing. Well, you didn't get filled on that one. But if you're putting in a 2 pip grid, okay, you're selling there, and, and the idea that you're going to pick the exact price, you're nuts. Okay, now this is, I don't know how I can illustrate it any more better. No, this is 2, 4, 6. That's 6 pips. This is a high probability top. I mean, is this really brain surgery, people? Do you need MACD for this crap? I don't think so. Do you need 40 million indicators? No. But I'll tell you, this guy that wrote this indicator 2 pips, okay? I would put a 1 pip up there, but at least, okay, now where's the 100 pips? Well, that's what it looks like. That's what it looks like. Okay, I did the same thing here. Now this one has no 100 pip handle in it. This is just nothing but scalper ram here. Now this is, if you're going to be a scalper, here's all the trading you could do here with, I suppose you're going to trade a little bit bigger here. You're going to trade fatter positions because, you've got more bank. But look at this top become a bottom. Now this is a major top, becomes a major bottom on the 5-minute. This is a 2 pip window. Okay, this means that you're buying here on a limit order, or if you want to babysit this damn thing, like some person that just has nothing else to do, yeah, okay, so, wait for the walk all the way down there, right? Oh, it's coming all the way back. Like, okay, this is a what somebody would call a stop hunt. I think it's just nothing but stop orders have filled up there. In other words, once it took out the first stop, it just cleaned house. I mean, come on, really. If you go to the 1-hour chart, and this is all about the British pound here, how aren't people making money doing this? I don't get it, man. 95% of the traders lose, and the other line that cracks me up is you're trading against the best traders in the world. Like, well, where are they? This is nothing but market moving up and down. It's a joke. I mean, it's just a fucking joke. Now here, if you take MetaTrader and you squish it in till you get 2 pips, I do have a 1 pip handle, I think, written, and that really clues you into low risk trading. I mean, now imagine this is 20 cents plus you pull the trigger, so it's 40 cents. If you put in a 2 pip stop, it's going to cost you 40 cents if the spread was 2. But imagine the spread's awful all the time. It's 5 pips, right? So it's 50 cents out of the gate in a 1K. Now, where's you going to put your stop? So if you put a 10 pip stop there, so it's 15 pips risk per trade, right? But what you're thinking about here is, this is about scale and effort. So how many orders are you willing to place in the market? With actually each time you put one of these in, this is just your entry. Now you got to place a stop and take profit on that. So what's that going to be? And are you going to scalp the turn? Well, I think you should. I think you should scalp the turn. I think you should have these kind of trades where you literally have a pending sitting at this top bottom on the 1 hour, and you capture this spike here. Now, you don't have to be there for that trade. Sadly enough, people think they have to babysit this erratic behavior, but they don't. There's a foregone conclusion that once this was taken out, I mean, this happens all the time, man. People are blowing up their accounts on this crap all day long without fail. Check it out. Okay. Market's going up. Now, mind you, there's robots trailing a stop. Okay, little stop out. But guess what? You got a top bottom. Buyers came in. Now, you got all these stops stacking up. Now, here's the first one. Ba-bam. Comes back. I think it paused here before it did the spike, but all the market had to do was hit this price. And now it's going to start hitting all of these stops. And there's actually robots that have already gone short on this vacuum hole. In other words, it's not the market you're trading, it's the space between. Like when this hole's filling up, this thing could crush down. Now, there's nothing preventing the pound from, if it takes out this area, this is the, I think this is the 1 hour chart. It doesn't matter. You can just see. I think this is the 1 hour chart. This is, whatever. Oh, that's actually the same chart. There you go. So when it comes, but see how distortion, See how that plays? In other words, you can't see the forest for the trees here. Now this, all I did here was zoom out one level. And because this is zoomed in, you can see the actual bars, okay? This is pure structure. And this is a big deal, this price. This is only a 2-pip window. I mean, when people talk about like they want to make 100 pips with a 10-pip stop, yeah, but why not just put, why even go that route, right? Why not have a 4-pip stop? And you're buying this in this high probability window, and you're going to make to here, your first exit is here. If you're going to get in here, you're getting out there, right? And you got to stop down here. But that's just one order. Then you're going to come back with this other order, which is like buy here. But don't buy as big a position. And this one gets out here. Okay. Then this guy's got a tight stop. Okay. Now, if you had another order, which is kind of big, and it gets in here, maybe it gets in here, and it's got to stop down here, and it's got to take profit up here. Okay. Now you've already just placed about, if you place these manually, it's out of control. You know, this is your, let's make the red order the big giant order. So you just got in like crazy big. And that one you had to stop here. Now your take profit on this guy is up here. All right? Those treetops, this pivot. Okay? So that order is connected to that with a stop down here. Now here's your cluster of entries for, say, let's start putting orders down here. Right? So you're going to set this whole matrix up here. Now this is the price, $1.67,800. And then, so this double bottom is important. This window is a 4-pip window. So you're going to have your first, say your first order is a break even. And you've got a 10-pip stop and a 10-pip take profit. And then you have another one here that's got a little tighter stop and a little bit generouser, you know, the thing. So then you've got, say, a small order, a very small sized order, and that one's got like a tremendous stop and a tremendous take profit, or it's got a tight stop and a even more tremendous take profit. Now this is all happening, basically it's a domino setup. Now that you've set up all your dominoes, now the market just has to trigger into these. Now the same story on the top side here. If you count this 1, 2, 3, 4, that's a quad bottom, became a top. And so unfortunately this is all going to disappear when I zoom out, but this is what I'm referencing here. So on the sell side it would look like this for you. This is obviously exists. This is not something that I'm making up. This isn't hindsight bias. This is like really, this is how you trade the market. Sadly, you know, sadly there's no MACD necessary, so it's kind of no fun to watch those cool histograms. But like I said, if you want to make money, now the half-hour traders, their world's, you know, a half-hour trading I used to do a lot manually, and it really does make good money. You can see the tops and bottoms pretty painfully obvious, you know, and you can see the this mad psycho up and down rhythm, you know. you have to take the large view here. Now, obviously, this is a bottom, and this is a bottom, so we know we're looking for entries on the edge. We want to get in on the edge. We don't want to get in on these, unless you're at this point of the program here and you have a top bottom like that. Yeah, okay, now this is, in other words, when you do this wick here, this is some insane spike of like, almost 10 pips there. Bam. Now, when it comes up into this, this takes a lot of work. Of course, you got this. This is your day trader. You're looking to just make like 10, 15 pips. You're not looking to make 50 pips if you're a day trader. So these are 2-pip handles. But bam. Now in this situation, you've got like, yeah, you conceivably, got to take the spread into consideration, but 5 pips. That's a pretty tight stop. There you go. And this is maybe 10 pips down here. Okay, but this 10 pip window here, you can just see how this is so stupid. I mean, like you're already at 10 pips, right? So if you're just thinking buy low, sell high, which is how you make money trading, I can't believe that's how easy it is, but it's basically what it is. So, well, obviously the next place you're going to want to put a buy order just so you can make some damn money, regardless of your RSIs, MACDs, and blah, blah, blahs, blah, 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 blahs. I mean, it doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. You take the risk, you put an order bank in that looks like this, you walk away. I mean, it's just stupid. It's just so stupid. This goes on over and over again. This is a 1-hour view. I mean, it's just like, how is not people getting this? Well, they just can't believe it's this easy. They said, well, you make it sound so easy. You can't put a 10 pip stop on you can't risk 10 pips. I mean, seriously? So that's about $1.30. It's $1.30 on a 1K. Right? It's $1.30, right? Or is that just me? 100 pips is $10, right? So you're risking $1.30. I mean, that's like, I don't know what stuff costs in your life, but the problem here is, who is going to manually place a whole matrix of crap to make like $30, right? Well, then make it a 2K entry. So now you're risking a little bit more. If you're too lazy to place an extra order, so you basically end up with orders that look like this, and they're connected to exits that vary in all sorts of scaling, all sorts of risk. Some are break evens, some are some are like, hey, just give me 10 pips with a 10 pip stop. Some are like, hey man, 50 pips, I'm gonna risk $5, $6 on that trade, and I'm looking to make like, woohoo, way down here, right? So it's about risk and real money, and big numbers. If you look up big numbers on the intranet, on the interwebs, you'll see this guy. You just look up big numbers, MT4, and that's I went and changed the program on here, so I've got the I've set the big numbers scale to 2 instead of he doesn't have, the guy that wrote it. But I mean, if you want just I don't know if your math's good. Mine's math is like non-existent, so I'm using the computer to do the 2 pips. But like if you went to the 1-minute chart, which people say, oh, you can't trade the 1-minute chart. Well, I mean, the 1-minute chart's kind of nice because it's low risk, but or at least you could just you can see that's 2 pips. So if you were trading this channel and you want to babysit the market, I say if you want to babysit the market, you want like a 6-second chart. You know, this is the 1 minute chart. That's maximum zoom out. So you got this up, comes back, retest, 2 pips down. Just nail it. You know, actually, when this thing tanks, I would be buying all the way into that. So I would buy, in this situation, I would buy here. Let's see, my first, otherwise I'm going to buy this. And I'm going to buy here. I'm going to buy. I'm prepared to buy all the way to here, right? I'm just pulling the trigger. Got automated entry. Every time it drops down, I'm looking left at this point. I know we're coming into premium area. So I will scalp to here. 100% retracement. And then let some of this ride to here or even here. Now the wick is here. This is the exit. That's a lot of pips, you know. Now, if you're a conservative trader, I guess you're going to put a buy stop here. But I'm not. I trade like, you know, very aggressive, because I know these markets. I know this drama. I've seen this crap before. This is what they go, oh, hey, what? Yeah, blew your account up right here, buddy. But look, if all you did was buy all the way into that, and then take profits, start taking profits up here, you know, just bear with it. That's only, this whole thing only lasted like, you know, I don't know, that's like what? Oh crap, that's like 5 minutes or something. Here it is. Here's the spike. So when they did this crush on the 5 minute chart, when they crushed this, yeah, trade the 5 minute chart. You know, total zoom out, MT4. Here, as much as you can take. You know, of course, you know, this presupposing you've got MT4 set up where you can look left. You always have this in the rearview mirror. This is the 4-hour chart. Or if that's not enough for you, go to the daily and look at the psychodrama here. This is a 2 pip entry. Okay. Now, this is hard for people to get their brain around. I think it is for me. All day long, I can't get my brain around this. This is a 2 pip window here. Now, if you're trading on the edge of the market, which is the lowest risk entry here, and I mean, think about this. This is like 10 pips. This is like, look at that. That's the daily chart. Now, if you go to the weekly, and then you go to the monthly, and the thing is that at this point in time, we are probing into these insane prices. Now, that may be it. That may be the reversal. If you go to the daily, I don't think it's done consolidating here. So this triangle is going to need to resolve. And we're going to have to see, is that it? Because this could have been the top, right? So maybe now we're going to start walking down this channel. You know, now this channel is pretty shallow right now. But I guess, you know, but it doesn't matter to the scalper, because the scalper doesn't give a crap where this thing's going in the long run. All he's looking to do is catch this drama here, where this top becomes a bottom, and you're calculating how many orders are you going to lay in there, and you're just going to lay insane amounts. Even if you're not a scalper, if you were looking to get on this train because you know it's going up, then you know, this is, and you have to, when you come out like this, now you can see just how insane 2 pips looks like there. But people can make money, you know. If it costs you 3 pips to get in, right? If you had a fixed pip broker, 3 pips to get in, and you've got a 10 pip stop, that's $1.30 out of the gate on a 1K. Now, it's presupposing you don't just keep pulling the trigger at the market, but if you pull the trigger every hour, it's tanking. Okay, then you're not. You know, what's your risk here? In other words, okay, you can see if you bought every hour that this thing tanked, you know, that's only like 30 pips, right? And then you're making it back into the round handle, and then you can buy again. That's what I did, but it was Australian. I did this currency when a currency does that, when it comes back and retests, you want to load up so hard on that because that's more money than. In other words, this isn't a bad setup here. Top becomes a bottom. I mean, this trade here is a decent trade. In other words, this bottom here became a top. I mean, it's not to say that this trade sucks, right? Bottom becomes a top. This is a nice, well-behaved, it's going down. But think about the guy that bought here for the reversals. I mean, you're talking like, this is just, in my estimation, in other words, you could have made this high probability kind of walk down, right? But the guy that bought this top becoming a bottom, but he actually got in here because he had the ability to look left and see that, oh, this was just nothing but all these stops getting just finally cleaned out. And then there was one last there's a 4 pip window cleaning. Now, if you had start placing buy stops here to get in this technique of buy stop entry, and at the same time, you're pulling the trigger on these, you have pendings on this top. So you have a pending here you just got filled. And then of course you could have bought at the market too had you been there to, if you were like in front of your monitor. But why bother, right? It's going to go down another 2 pips. It's going to fill the order that you got here. So you got this big order cluster here based on this cluster here of all this nonsense, right? So you're loading into it. Now, mind you, you've got stops down here of various things, and these are all various sizes. And as this thing sweeps up, you're already taking profits at the round handle. So you're already up on the trade like 10 pips, right? Now, the rest of this thing could ride. But if you load it into this properly, this is a pile of money. Pile of money. This is 4-hour chart. And that's so much money. Look at that. Now, especially if your risk was this and your reward's this, but you're scaling out. I mean, you're getting out here big because of the retest of that. But this actually becomes an entry for the guys that want to scalp that top become a bottom, right? And they got their thing there. So this is massive amounts of trades in this thing. So coming up, you have to think about putting in stuff down here, putting in stuff up here to sell, to scalp, so you have all your orders placed in. It's just work, placing all these orders, and these are just like, I mean, it's a no-brainer to put a buy limit here right now on this pair. It's also a no-brainer to put a sell limit up here for when it ricochets off the top of this thing. But if this triangle resolves, which we're now having a triangle on the wicks, but I prefer to go for the close. This is the real, that's price over time. This is just price in a moment. So, let's just take a look at the big picture. Here was a no-brainer entry, but like I said, that's the day. That's a 4-hour. Here's a daily. Same story, different time frame. Come down, smash. This is a 100 pip smash here, but you got all day. You got 5 days to get into that trade. Same story back here. Top, come down, up, way up. So that's my story. I'm sticking to it.